New cards, PogChamp, new cards, PogChamp. Sir, I knew painful choice, and you are no painful choice. Excavate the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal them. Your opponent chooses one of them, and you add that card to the hand. Send the remaining cards to the graveyard. That is fact or fiction? Oh my god. All right, let's talk about TCG. So, first up, we are going to go with Triple Boral Launch. This is another Limit Over Collection, the Rivals card. Quick play spell. Activate one of these effects, shuffle a dragon monster from your graveyard into the deck, then you can special summon a rocket monster with a different name from your deck, shuffle 2 dragon monsters from your graveyard into the deck, then add a field spell from your graveyard to your hand, shuffle 3 dragon monsters from your graveyard into the deck, then shuffle up to 3 monsters from your opponent's graveyard into the deck. They are trying to make us play Dragon Link. They want to say, listen, we want the top decks to be Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, Dragon Link, Zexal Pendulum looking ass motherfuckers. You know, they literally just want you to be playing the decks that the people in the anime are playing. This card is crazy. It's quick launch, but it has Boral in its name. It's endlessly searchable, and it does absolutely everything. Special summon a rocket with a different name than the monster you shuffled from your graveyard. Easy peasy. Shuffle 2 dragon monsters, add a field spell. Oh, well, now Dragoonity Ravine is no longer a choke point. Fucking amazing card. Really fantastic stuff. I also like this third effect. Like, if you draw multiples, suddenly you have, like, interaction. I don't know. Really, really nice. Fantastic. Next up. Another lock card, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon 2. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Special summon this card by attributing 2 face-up monsters on either field with 2,000 or more attack, including a monster you control. During the main phase, you can banish this card, special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck or graveyard, then banish an opponent's monster special summon from the extra deck until the end phase. This is a really interesting card. It is, first off, a Photon Change Dragon. It's a Galaxy Eyes, so it is searchable off of a lot of stuff. Secondly, it's sort of a lava golem. It is nice to be able to tribute an opponent's monster. 2,000 is a pretty low bar to clear, and tribute 2 face-up monsters on either field means that you can get it with some of the photons that are over 2,000 and don't require much more than just sticking them onto the board for free. I think this card is really strong and also leans into a strength of Galaxy Eyes already, which is its ability to OTK. Galaxy Eyes players to this day still can't decide if they want to be going first and using cards like Tachyon Transmigration or going second and just straight up OTKing. This is good for the latter. God knows if that deck's going to be playable, though, because it has a lot of other issues. Weird Garnet ratios, the fact that all the cards like require an other card to work. They're like 2-card combos. I don't know. Regardless, I think this will be boarded in Galaxy Eyes decks, which is probably what they want for locker cards. You know, they will see play in their associated strategy and look very pretty. All right, next up. Speaking of, Dark Rebellion Xyz, the Dragon of 4 Heavenly Dragons. This is a beautiful looking overframe. This card is always treated as a Phantom Knights card. Uh-oh. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summon, targeted an equal number of cards on each field, destroy them. When your opponent activates a card effect, you can detach a material from this card, special summon a rank 4 Dark Xyz monster from your extra deck using cards you control. This is treated as an Xyz summon. Transfer this card's material. This card is insane. I can't believe this card is so good. First and foremost, this first effect that allows you to target an equal number of cards on each field and destroy them is another one of those effects that I really like that is really good going second. Specifically, secondly, the Phantom Knights. The Phantom Knights. This card's just a Phantom Knights. All right, well, fuck every lock in the universe. Third, it's also Raiders Night. Why is it Raiders Night? When your opponent activates a card effect, you can special summon a rank 4 Dark Xyz monster from your extra deck using cards you control. This is treated as an Xyz summon. So there's so many incredibly powerful rank 4 Dark Xyz you can rank into. Probably the most popular one you are going to see people tinker with early on is, unfortunately, Mr. Ophion. Mr. Ophion. Yikes. That means that you'll be able to lock out entire decks from playing the game, period. Anyone who played during Dragon Ruler format can tell you how irritating this is going to be. Regardless, I think this is a really cool option for Phantom Knight, and coming at the same time as Phantom Knight is getting apparently a new wave of support in a new format. So I'm excited to see this card be played. Alchemic Magician, by the way, yeah, Crisis Gaming, thank you for the shout out, is also a phenomenal target for this card. All right, next up. Red Nova Dragon, Burning Soul, the Soul Burner. 2 tuners and a non-tuner must be synchro summoned or special summoned by banishing 2 tuners and a red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard. You'll only use the first effect this card's name during a duel. You synchro summoned red Dragon Archfiend, and only once that duel of special summon, you can add a card from your graveyard to your hand. If you do, this card gains 2,000 attack, can't be destroyed by card effects. Fine card. This card is totally fine. It's super weird. It's like, this is one of those cards that they sometimes just get. Like, this is a card I wouldn't expect to have an overframe. It is just a card that you get to have on your board for free by virtue of playing the Red Nova Dragon deck. It's like, okay, it's me, the guy. Couple of interesting things about this deck. It gives you a little bit of recoverability because it can, of course, add a card back. It's level 12, which is good for Crimson Dragon reasons. And cannot be destroyed by card effects, gives you a little bit of survivability in a deck that has a lot of ability to crack back. So all important, but also just really, really funny that it exists at all. All right, next up. Cyber Dragon 2. This is just Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon Revolution. This is a level 5, 21, 16, 21. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can target a face of monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. During your main phase, you can fusion summon a machine fusion from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including this card you control. So, why is this card not called Cyber Dragon? This is like the only Cyber Dragon that is not called Cyber Dragon. And it's the one that looks the most like Cyber Dragon. It's not that big of a deal. You know, the we care about Cyber Dragon thing hasn't mattered for a little while now, and this card is probably playable in Cyber Dragon. Any additional way to perform a fusion summon is, of course, very very high in demand, but it is not as powerful as the decks or the cards that other decks are getting in the Limit Over collection, which is a little upsetting. Next up. The Flute of Guiding Dragon. If a spellcaster monster is on the field, special summon a level 5 or higher dragon from your deck, and if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters, you can special summon a second monster with the same name from your deck. Also, you can't special summon for the rest of the turn except dragon or spellcaster monsters. During your main phase 2, if this card is in your graveyard because it was there this turn, you can banish it, draw a card. Finally, a bad card from the overframes. Okay, to be clear, this is a bad card for Blue Eyes. All right, it does what you want. It summons a bunch of blue eyes in one turn. That's funny. But it's not that fantastic for the strategy. There are some other decks that would like this effect, but those decks already have power spells. Someone mentioned Branded. That's correct, but realistically, I think you will probably just not play this. One of in Draco Tail. Yeah, for sure. All right. I know what you all are here for. Toons. You need a moderated approach to Toon World. Doug made a video calling these cards disappointing. Josh made a video calling these cards high in potential. Now Joseph is going to thread the needle and come up with a take that will make you all happy and understand the strength of the Toon cards. Let's read them first and foremost. Let's go back to the magical cartoon world. These are cards from Revolution Booster, Toon, Witchcrafter, Unchained. As a reminder, there are 2 unrevealed cards for the theme, okay? So first off, making assumptions while there are still unreleased cards, especially ones that could theoretically be overframes, right? Oh no, all 6 overframes are older cards. Okay, making any assumption before we see the new cards is difficult, but we'll do our best. Here we go. Funny Dark Rabbit. So first and foremost, please localize this to Funny Bunny. Please localize this to Funny Bunny. After this card is normally special summoned, during your main phase this turn, you can normal summon a monster that mentions Toon World in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. This card is treated as a Toon monster while Toon World is on the field. Once per turn, you can add to your hand or place face upon your field a Toon field or a continuous spell from your deck. Comic Cat. This card is treated as a Toon monster while Toon World is on the field. During the main phase, you contribute a monster. If you control a Toon monster, you contribute an opponent's monster even though you don't control it. If you do special summon a monster from your hand or deck that mentions Toon World, ignoring its summoning conditions. Evil Box. If you control Toon World, you can special summon this card from your hand, then add to your hand or set a Toon Trap from your deck. This card is treated as a Toon monster while Toon World is on the field. Once per turn, you can target a card in either graveyard, put it on the bottom of the deck. Blue Eyes Toon Ultimate Dragon. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon and 2 Toon monsters. Your Toon monsters can attack directly. Once per turn, you can add a Toon card or a card that mentions a Toon card name from your graveyard to your hand. If your Toon monster is attacked during damage calculation, you can banish it till the end of the damage step. And Toon World, the Perfect World. This card's name becomes Toon World while in the field zone. Once per turn, you can add a Toon card or a card that mentions a Toon card's name from your deck to your hand. Before resolving another activated card or effect, you can banish a Toon monster you control until immediately after that card's effect resolves. Also, you can banish monsters with the same original name as the effect of this card's name for the rest of the turn. And the ugliest overframe I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Look at this. Look at this horrible looking card. This is something you could make on Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Maker today. He ain't do nothing but step forth. Oh, man. Okay, sure, whatever. All right. I am going to assume you have seen what these cards are capable of. I can explain to you the main combo here. Funny Dark Rabbit has this effect. Once per turn, you can add to your hand or place face up on your field a Toon Field continuous spell from your deck. And after this card is normal or special summon, you can normal summon a monster that mentions Toon World in addition to your normal summon set, right? Now, this first effect is once per turn. But this third effect isn't. Which means if you activate this effect, then you activate the effect of the field spell, you can banish the Funny Bunny, then immediately bring it back, allowing you to activate the effect again. Right? This is true for all of these fucking guys. For some reason, all of them have a soft once per turn on them, designed specifically to be used with Toon World, the Perfect World. This becomes even more problematic when you check out older Toon monsters, specifically Toon Dark Magician, which just straight up summons a guy from the deck, okay? This has facilitated about 1,000 different FTKs, big unbreakable boards featuring Firewall Dragon, who is back and bigger than ever. That said, these cards are still mid. I hate to be like, before we get the next 2 cards, of course, it's hard to say anything definitive about the playability of these cards, but they are still not very good. There are 1,000 decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! From Wind Up to Inzektor that can put out infinite link material. And if you look at the combos that people are posting, they are exactly what you'd expect. Completely ridiculous YouTube level combos that end on an extra link and 10,000 negates, a type of gameplay that has never been competitively successful, with the exception of exactly 2017 Goki. I am also a little disappointed that these don't work very well with existing Toon cards. So many of these are so carefully worded to box out exactly Toon table of contents. God forbid these cards are searchable. I hate that they are not Toons everywhere. Why are they not Toon monsters in the deck? Like, what's going... Why do we even have that sub-archetype if cards that are clearly Toons aren't Toons? You can say that it comes with all the downside of Toons, but then you would be lying, because they have changed what a Toon is 12 times. Toon is just a thing you slap on cards and then you define what it is in the text box. They could do it here for sure. Yay. The end result is taking a deck that, for all of its faults, had a pretty reasonable, like, play path that was massively different than anything else in the format and reducing it down to more fucking link slop. Like, no difference between this and a Cyberse combo deck, except that the Cyberse combo deck wins games sometimes. Actual pure Toon combo and not slop, and then this. Okay, we'll watch the second one first. This is the type of shit I've been seeing all week. Okay, that's a new Funny Bunny. That's a new field spell. New cat, get DM. Cat again, go grab a second copy of the field spell. Field spell for the Toon, Blue Eyes. Dark Magician for fucking Dark Eradicator Warlock. TTC, 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 burn your opponent for 3,000. Toon Bookmark for Toon Summon Skull. Special him out. Get the trap. Banish Toon Summon Skull. Bring him back. Use his effect again. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Make Toon Blue Eyes. Cycle the TTC. Bring back the Blue Eyes. TTC. TTC. I think they're one-off lethal here. TTC. Oh, the Summon Skull is the box. Into Bookmark. Add back TTC. Activate it. That's 8. Yippee. Guess what? There's 1,000 Dark Eradicator Warlock FTKs. Actual pure Toon combo. All right, let's see what this does. Toon Bookmark for Funny Dark Rabbit. Funny Dark Rabbit, grab the field spell. Perfect World, banish it, grab Blue Eyes, Toon Dragon. Bring back Funny Bunny. Activate Funny Bunny for another Perfect World. Perfect World for Comic Cat. Afterwards, Comic Cat. Comic Cat effect for Toon DM. Toon DM pitch to grab TTC. Special the Dark Magician of Destruction for Gaze. After that, we can use Gaze to tag in a Dragoon. And then we can go for a bunch of TTCs for another Toon World, the Perfect World. TW, the Perfect World for Evil Box. Special out the Evil Box set Toon Terror. Evil Box for Toon World, the Perfect World. Bring it back and activate its effect for TTC Shuffle Back. We can shuffle everything back to go into the fusion. Blue Eyes Ultimate Toon Dragon to grab back TTC. Summon back Blue Eyes Ultimate Toon Dragon, grab TTC. From here, we pitch the TTCs for Briefcase and Briefcase. That's the deck. They want you to get your dick hard for this. These are your two options. You can play it the way Toon has played in the past, Blue Eyes Toon Dragon and then Terror Briefcase Briefcase, or you can make a big-ass link board. This is cute. I'm not going to pretend this isn't cute. This is how I'm going to play it in a video that comes to Master Duel in 9 months. But this is not enough to win the game on its own. Terror Briefcase Briefcase is really funny, though. I mean, it is. It certainly is. Ugh, man. I don't know. And to get there, you have to cycle through a million monsters that aren't Toons. They clearly can't decide what they want to do with this deck, and that's fine. I mean, like, it was obviously kind of half-baked from the get. What do you really expect a Toon deck to do? But I don't think it's insane to say these cards are mid. If you want my opinion about what will save them, a trap card that's actually good. We're playing a bunch of trap cards from, like, the 2015 support that had Toon Kingdom in it. Like, this is like nothing. I would like to see an end board piece, something that they can sit on as part of an end board. Terror is good. Terror is a fine card, but searchable trap Omni. I mean, what is this? 2018. I don't know. In conclusion, with respect to these cards, it is kind of irritating that people are pretending FTKs and extra links are competitive. I think as of yet, these are a casual deck that will get a lot of purchase because people are like, oh my god, my Toon deck I can now play at locals. But until we see the last two cards, I remain unimpressed with these. Lithium video? Oh, fuck me.
Pick 2 more. Use your stuff, abuse your...
This is the funniest possible thing you could be doing with these cards.
On the other hand, you have like, what is the deck supposed to do? What's your end board? And I've seen a couple of videos floating around, like the first one that popped up today was the new Toon stuff being used as a Cyburst-alike deck, as in, because again, with the field spell, you can abuse your stuff, abuse your Dark Magician, banish it, reuse it again, etc. So you're ranking, basically extra linking your opponent. That's cool, but not that realistic. But in theory, using all of this new support, your Toons, to link up and extra link your opponent, or put up Tri-Gate Wizard to negate stuff, that's cool, but are you actually playing a Toon deck then, right? Like, that's the mixed feeling I have about this new support. Like, on one hand, it's fantastic, but on the other hand, like, what's your actual end goal? What's your actual end board?
Evil box.
As in, you can't really expect to, what is it, special summon your Toon Blue Eyes, set your briefcase or whatever, and pass. That's not possible.
He's like, it's not possible. Here's what we're gonna do. Reproducus Light Fiend.
That's not a realistic end board.
Okay. Damn! All that link material, we could go to Feedsmith combo? Woohoo!
So obviously, looking at other engines, and you can go so far, as you saw in the side deck, not really a side deck, what did I try out? Obviously, Diabol Star is there, Azamina, you know, because of the Spellcaster
Wait,
pile,
are we
the
gonna
new
make
Dark Magician.
Caesar? Oh shit! Wait,
First
this
of all,
deck actually is
the rule
good!
package, I think, is fine. Again,
Oh man, okay.